Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this matter. Let me take a few comments on social media.
I have a message from Mrs. Taiwo Koliade. She said, based on your discussion on TVC today, the Bible says that he that is unmarried careth for the things of God, how she may please God. But she that is married careth for how she may please her husband. Balance in all things is important. Our own pastor, she's talking about our pastor, now used to say to us, Oko reju mi lo, that is, your husband is above me in God's hierarchy, so obey him. Wisdom.
Let me take this from a Twitter. It says, why is it always bank? Bank management in Nigeria should critically look into this. Is it what is obtainable in other clients? They should help us build a stronger family, ultimately better society. The reason why this is interesting is because we talked about the perks banks give. You know, bank, for an head HR in a bank, the kind of car you'll be driving, the driver, you have a driver, you probably have a PA, you probably have a plethora of staff who are the admin that reporting to you, logistics is reporting to you, procurement is reporting to you. You have this whole people who are dependent on you. So, and you get these perks of traveling abroad. It is a lot to sacrifice. As a woman, you have to weigh that with your family, your baby kids who don't even know if it is you that is feeding them or it's the daddy that is feeding them, you know. So a woman always feels like, listen, my kids are always there. I will still come to you.
Your kids are not always there.
They are not.
They're not always there.
They grow
so fast. That's you are just the vehicle that produced that child.
Really?
You are the vehicle, and it is how you treat that vehicle that will be your own future in future. If you treat that
abandon it.
It is what you reap, you sow. So you must think of it, because I don't. A child is not a chattel. A child is a human being that is going to grow up. And see, girl, you have years after they have grown to face that of career
life
and do the career and excel.
People would have gone now.
So I believe that. I believe that is not the banks. You know, you asked about the banks and you said you were going to go to church. Before we leave banks, the truth is, it is not banks that are the problem. It is the society we find ourselves. Lagos, a banker in Port Harcourt, a banker in Benin, a banker in Ibadan is different from a banker in Lagos. A banker in Ibadan can afford to leave their like 7:30 in Abuja. You can leave your house 7:30. You can do school runs and then go to work. It is in Lagos that when you're a banker, you are driving hours. And if you want to live close to your office, it might cost you a whole lot of money to live that close to your office as much as you want to. So it's peculiar to where we find ourselves.
So my husband was in one department where he even worked weekends. Of course, I was going to the hotel.
Yeah.
Steadily. Me, I don't know.
Larger.
Steadily. No. I will do mother for children.
You need to give value
to sister to stay with
We are learning. Don't worry. Let me take this call from Yakub. I'll come to you, Yakub. Yakub, thanks for calling.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I think this very particular topic is a unique one because I have experience in such a way that I have a friend. I don't know if you are listening to me. I don't know.
We can hear you.
Go ahead, Yakub. We can hear you.
I have a friend, and then his wife is a banker. As I'm talking to you now, they are going separate. They are separate. Why? Why? Because this is wife. As you rightly said earlier, Lagos banker is very, very difficult. The woman must leave as early as at least 5 past. And then you know the woman will not return until sometime 9:30, 10. So this, my friend, starts complaining to me that already come. What do I do to this woman? Even when she comes back, the other room, he called this woman to the other room. She'll be telling him that he's very tired, this, complaint. And then what really happened at the end of the day? Woman asked you that some certain thing that she cannot cover, and then she brought one of his cousins to the house. Morayo, at the end of the day,
something happened.
The lady they brought in got pregnant, and then their house scattered.
Hey.
So you man come to me beginning to complain, say, see your friend, this, I say, come, you are the cause. You have to choose either your work or your family. If you know the job is not giving you time to cater for your husband, in fact, your husband has already complained to me one time ago that the other rooms are not there as well. Is it true, all right? He said, hey, I'm always tired. I said, oh, my, go and sit down. You get it? So it is very, very difficult. So
Thank you very much, Jacob.
let them look into it.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Some will argue that some women too are getting some at work. Because you think it's only you that you're sitting there waiting for her to come back. She has been sorted in the office by one PA, somebody that is always sorting out.
There's office devil. There's office devil where the woman has to work closely with another man.
Yes.
Devil happen.
Yes, and they'll just branch to hotel
Yes.
like you.
Yeah, no, me, I don't give
I
you
only
that.
branch with her husband.
It's my husband, though. I don't give you.
So,
I know they will branch hotel
do
for
not
lunch
smack
break.
him. Don't worry,
But as well,
don't worry.
since married people are doing branching,
worry.
No, so-
we too
so-
will do.
No, but we know these things. We know they do.
What
we know
she's
they
saying is
sometimes,
commit
they
to
sometimes
this
even
thing.
do it in the office.
commit to it.
Yeah.
So if you know that this is a risk, just as Yakub said, I cannot even risk that thing that happened to that woman. I can't risk it. I know what I can take, what I cannot take. So I'm guiding. If it now happens, it will not be because I failed. It will be because I have done my best, but this thing was beyond me. You know, that's a different matter. We must always face it because life can happen. But at least wash your hands clean and make sure that no, they cannot come and say you.
Let's give you comments on social media before you wrap up. Okay, any comments there?
Plenty on Twitter.
Go ahead.
Ademola, Honorable Ademola Alalade says, there is no crime in a woman pursuing her career, but there is a problem when the woman neglects her primary role as a wife and mother. There must be a balance. I must always communicate with her husband to seek for his support when it is needed. That's the way to go. Ogumola Emmanuel says, Salaja Naido. Chokusworth says, can I just correct Chokwe on the point that monogamy is in modern Christianity? At least Jesus didn't think so when he said one man, one woman on the topic. On the topic, I think compromise is key. There should be effort on both sides. If you decide to marry, then you must do the needful.
Let me take a light from Abuja.
Okay.
Light from Abuja. Thanks for calling.
Let's go to quote scripture.
Thank you. Good morning,
Good morning.
Beautiful lady in the house.
Good
You
morning.
see, just like Auntie Yemi stated now, that when we are young, at this level that we are now, are you hearing me?
Yes, very clearly.
Okay. We can maybe leave our profession for some period and take care of our children. Are you hearing me? Because
Very well.
Okay. Now, we can leave this period for our children, maybe for 15, 12 years. By the time you are 45, 46, your children, they must have attained the age of university. At that time, then you are free to face your career, rather than abandon the home and nobody's taking care of the children for you. Just like Auntie Yeni said now, that at this moment, your attention should be focused on the children in order to attain that stage that you want them to attain.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
If
Light.
your husband is providing you with everything that you need, then you don't really need any other woman being outside.
Thank you very much, Olaito.
Thank you. Olaiton has brought us to the industry issue now. You know, you were talking about banks earlier, and Tokwe said it wasn't necessary. The banks, would they give a woman who has given 15 years to marriage and raising kids the opportunity to join the bank without, again, when they age, they will say, we are looking for below age,
Young,
this
yes.
and that with certain years of experience. But this woman knows that she's done with this. She would have given you a full commitment to her career and be able to do well in the bank. But then they
Doesn't
have
get
this,
the job.
this HR criteria that
Discrimination.
is not balanced.
For
So we
someone
need
who
to
hasn't been
really
in
talk
the
about
industry.
it.
I have a friend, I was telling you earlier that I have a friend that had her child very late in life, and the bank takes all hours. She can leave the bank 10, 11 at night. And I'm serious that that bank
Hardworking.
kills her with work. The perks are fantastic. She has beautiful car, goes on holiday, but her child is just one. She left the job for that child because she is realizing
Child that
that
is old age to born.
that child, she's not all those moments. It's
gone.
another person that will
Yes.
enjoy those moments of that child, not her. And she wants to enjoy the moments of her child. The first walk, the first smile, the first this. So the girl that you employed that will not be
Nanny.
enjoying that one, that
Nanny.
will not even understand.
But I like,
Important.
and it's very, she made, I feel she made the right call. I think Nima's point is very easy to gloss over. The fact that it's not even just banks. Generally, employment, we're not considering the fact that somebody has taken a step back. If your CV shows that you last worked 10 years ago, the question is, what have you done in the past 10
Past 10
years?
years. If you say
and
kids-
the person says, oh, I was raising my children, they're like,
They'll say no.
how can you just be raising your children? What else did you now do? But raising your children is a whole lot of work. However, we should empower women that when you're raising your children, there are online courses you can take. You're living in 21st century. So that your CV does not show a blank gap
but it doesn't show work
for that
experience,
time. You could also, people do certifications. You say, I do certification in this one, or
Yes,
I volunteered in this church, so, or I was the PTA person. But your CV cannot be blank for 10 years because you were raising
how many
children.
of these that you mentioned do banks value? So you said you were involved in PTA. You were taking certifications at home.
Yeah.
And banks are asking work experience. They're asking you, are you below certain age? Is for, you know, what, as a graduate.
I know that's a problem.
So we must restructure these HR qualities, these factors that we look
But
at.
can I just tell you something?
Yeah, I have a caller.
Yeah,
Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Akin, go ahead, please. You're live.
Okay. Thank you, Mura. I'm the first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm a regular viewer of your program. And
Thank you.
I must be honest with you, I'm very proud of you guys.
Thank you, Akin.
I want you to extend this program to the campuses.
You want to extend us again. So we should not go and take care of our husband at home.
Come and give us food.
Lima has an appointment at the hotel.
With our husband.
Give us food sponsorship.
With her husband. Akin, go ahead, please.
Okay. So you see, my own contribution to this topic is the man and the woman, the husband and the wife, they need to understand themselves. This thing you're discussing actually affected me. When I got married, my wife was working in the bank. At the point, I saw her, she will leave very early, I will leave very early. I'm not working in the bank, I work in a lot of different. So once go out very early in the morning, and at times I come back for her, you know. So I'll wait for her. So when she had our first baby, you know, same thing. At the point I looked at it and I saw that this poor girl that we brought to the world, she's just suffering. We're just suffering her. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., she has woke up, taking care of baby, running down to the bank. I will start calling them. Where are you now? Are you there? Are you not there? You know. So at the point I now sit down. I said, come, can we do something? Let me do the hustling. Can you stay back and do a business that can give you time to manage yourself, manage the house, and manage me? Initially, the family say, I know it's evil spirit, something has possessed me, this and that, so that you should not agree. I said, okay, let me bust your brain. I got a loan, I got a shop, I bought provisions into the shop, brought the things that I know that I can move. And she agreed, and that is how we were able to raise the 4 kids that we have.
Fantastic.
So this is understanding between the husband and the wife. Even when the job took me outside Lagos, to the Jos, to Ibadan, and they remain in Lagos. And today we are fine. The first one that graduated, she's out of the place. The second one is in the university.
Yeah.
So I think
Thank you very much, Mr. King. Yeah, see, advising people to leave their jobs for home, for marriage, seems quite dangerous. Men can be very unreliable, no matter the situation you find yourself. You must continue to communicate with your spouse, engagement, find a stopgap approach, probable solutions that can work best for you. And I think that's a way to wrap up this conversation.
Before you wrap up the conversation, I want to say something. COVID was a bad time, but there were some blessings in COVID. And that one of the things is that
was bonding.
Work
It was the best time
from
for
home.
marriage.
Yes.
Work from home.
Yes.
My daughter was about to leave her job when COVID came, and she now found out she could work from home and still be there for her children. So now she works from home. So there are banks that will take you to work from home, online, maybe going 2 or 3 times a week. My daughter passed up a promotion because she said she's not going to go into the office. She will work from home because of her children.
It's about the compromises and conversations we must have.
Talking about
Both our employers and our
gaps
family.
that we're talking
There was
about.
a time
I
that
don't
nobody
advise
could work
any
from home.
woman to leave her job because of her husband, but I will advise make it work. You can. If you look at it well, you can make it work. You give it, just as, you know, pass off a promotion for a time being, then you recover it later. You can make it happen, but don't take away your empowerment.
Yeah.
You can get someone to shop for you. You know,
Yes.
she said that on Saturdays she was spending Saturdays shopping. Have someone shop for you. Have someone cook for you. You don't necessarily have to cook. Cooking doesn't make you a good wife. Ensure there is food at home. That makes you a good wife. Sundays, you can pass up 3 Sundays in a month and say, oh, I'm serving in church on 1 Sunday. 3 Sundays, I am with my husband. Sunday is our day. Oga and Madam are together. Phones aside, we are bonding. If you can make those little sacrifices, you can still have your career and still be able to have a good marriage and still have a good relationship with God. You don't need to sacrifice everything. Just finding a balance is important.
Yeah, I shared that story earlier because one of the light bulb moments I had is when we were having meetings in church and I realized that everybody around me was mommy this, mommy that, mommy this. Their children are older, so sometimes you realize that the phase you are in your life is such that you need time for your family. And you must be able to separate your roles. So there'll be times where you'll be pressured by our religious leaders to do more work because they make you feel like if you don't do more, but that you are giving more time to your career than to God. They'll tell you, so if you can wake up early, 5 a.m. to go to work, we are asking you to go to church at 7 o'clock, you're not showing up. When God likes morning action. So there are different things you have to consider. Before you start it. So don't say because they're saying get to church at 7 o'clock, you have to carry your bag and leave your husband and your children and go and do such church service and stay there till 5 p.m. You have to balance things properly.
When you are coming
and if we want to take a cue from our Muslims, saying that if you know you want to pursue your career and it's so important to you, as a Muslim suggestion here, where you have a conversation with your husband, where he understands it from the beginning, that I am a career person, this is my path. Once he agrees, you then can now add one sister or two sisters to be sorting out home issues, who can also help you raise your children. The Abele Janyons can be helping you out while you are pushing your career. So your husband is in full support of your career. You can now grow and become head HR of the globe. While Abela Janyo is sorting you out.
Yes, they are frying the yam for you.
And we are all happy. Everybody is still happy because at the end of the day, you will still have a family. Yes. You will not be writing regret stories like this.
And then you can also do something. You can take leave when Oga is on leave. You can schedule leave. Once a year, but you see, at least it's sacrifice. Shoes. You'd have...
And those of you that husbands are working in the bank and you want to be a committed wife, please take a suggestion from Alaja. During lunch break.
Take lunch break.
Don't take hotel for 1 hour. Just hang out with
It's not 1 hour. No, she will relax. They'll come back because they are waiting for traffic. Bankers wait on the island for traffic. So quickly come and chop lunch. There's somebody at home.
My sisters are visiting.
Oh, interesting idea.
Perfectly arranged. You don't need to sacrifice. Just plan yourself.
Just planning.
Interesting. I like that. YK, any other suggestions for you? You have to wrap up.
Shady YK, that knows how she's scheduling her own. YK is on
a good schedule.
Whatever schedule say.
All right, that's all we can take on today's show. I think that's a way to wrap up. In a nutshell, conversations are important in marriage. Compromise, you lose some, you win some, and you also have to compromise and discuss with your family to make the right decisions. That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you have learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.